Welcome to the bracket, episode 88. Today we are doing the worst drunk behavior, let's say behavioral moves, so to speak. We're missing the Anus boys. They're out in Chicago right now, but we do have Clemmer, Pat, Rone, that fat bastard Dana B, who's too busy eating and stuffing his face right now to be here, and Marty Mush to again get all the personal information out of him possible. But before we get into that, as he drops
what happened, Marty?
He's
drunk. He is.
Immediately drop shit off his head. Before that, let's talk about Z-Biotics. All right, let's talk about Z-Biotics. We all have busy lives these days, and we can't afford to waste a day stuck on the couch because of a few drinks the night before. Z-Biotics is the answer that we've all been looking for. It is a pre-alcohol prebiotic that is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Z-Biotics makes an enzyme to break this byproduct down. It's designed to work on your liver, but in your gut, it's designed not to work like your liver. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I need to have some Z-Biotics. And we're designed to work like your liver, but in your gut where you need it the most. Just remember to drink Z-Biotics before drinking alcohol, drink responsibly, and get a good night's sleep to feel your best tomorrow. Every time I have Z-Biotics in the morning after drinking, it makes such a difference the next day, even if it's after drinks. You can do anything you want. I used it before. The last time I went out, I went to Stanford. I went to go see a Flo Rida concert. I did not show up, Flo Rida, but it was cool. It worked out. I didn't get too bad of a hangover the next day, which is awesome because I did drink way more than I planned to that night. So Z-Biotics is awesome. You can go to zbiotics.com/LCB and get 15% off your first order when you use code LCB at checkout. You can also sign up for a subscription using my code so that you can stay prepared no matter the time or the occasion. It is backed with a 100% money back guarantee. So if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/LCB and use code LCB at checkout for 15% off. Thank you, Z-Biotics, for sponsoring this episode. Thanks to Z-Biotic. Yeah, where is Dana? You tell me. I just assume you're like his timekeeper.
I'll tell him.
He knows.
See the time on the fat around his eyes is stopping him from
rolled
seeing
up
the
over
time. Yeah,
fucking
watch.
Gross.
Nobody, I think, in the history of the show, other than maybe you, has eaten more shit on this pod. And you was only for it was a bad month for you.
It was a bad month. I had to leave the episode one time.
You literally left because we were making fun of you so much.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't take that well, and I will just get up and leave.
And luckily, Clemmer was usually the one that starts that.
Yeah. I mean, Tommy's a quitter. We know that. That's fine.
Whoa!
Quitter.
Another slur. It was close to another Clemmer
like
slur
quitter
there.
to me at all.
Sound like quitter to me.
Sounds like you were saying something that
Right next to Pat.
Pat was gonna get mad at.
I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know what was said.
You said a word that starts with Q, and it sounded very bad. Queer? I don't know.
I said quitter. I said Tommy's a quitter. No, that's what I said. You know what I said. I mumble words. I can't speak.
And his mic cuts out as he's talking.
My mic cuts out as I...
There's so many good drink behaviors.
Yeah, I know.
I was just gonna say getting a divorce could be one of them.
Oh, divorce.
Oh no, you do that. You do that sober.
We were saying yesterday for Clemmer, this is just general behavior since he's always drunk, just 24/7.
I drink less than. Is my mic even on?
Yeah, I think we're good, right?
I drink less than I think most of this office. Yeah, I'm somehow.
But you should. I mean,
drink
first of all,
every
that's
day.
not true.
You're on a 4-decade streak.
You drink multiple ciders every night.
I have.
Do you?
Cider. I have a cider every night before I go to bed. Yeah.
Ciders?
And you're trying to claim that you drink less than most people?
Yes, if you add up all the alcohol in a given week, I bet my total is less than most people.
But it affects you probably more. One cider probably affects you more than 10 beers affects Dana.
That's not true because we went out at the Vermont ski house. You know I was.
Oh God, don't say that. Don't say that.
You know that I was fine. Was I running around?
No, you were fine. You were absolutely fine. A little mean,
Have
but
such a tolerance to it because you're dependent upon it.
Yeah.
A little meaning.
You shake if you don't have it.
My one cider?
Yeah.
No, I don't have. I don't have DTs because I don't have a cider.
Well, when have you not done it? When was the last time you didn't do it?
Last night, I didn't have any ciders in my apartment. Oh no, but then I made a screwdriver, so that doesn't count.
Oh my God!
You didn't have to say that. You didn't have to be on it.
That was a Dana right there. That was a Dana move right there.
Buried myself there.
Why did you volunteer that?
Because it's honest.
He just
Gotta be
needed.
honest.
I just needed something.
Screwdriver is a drinker's drink.
Yes.
A little OJ. It's you consider it healthy because it has juice in it?
No, I considered it desperate. We had the vodka.
Yeah, you're right. That is a drinker's. Like that's anything in the house. Like vodka.
Yeah.
Get some.
I was like, all right, we got the bottle of Smirnoff there.
Mix it with Gatorade.
All you're doing is drinking so you can manage your 1970s Seattle Mariners
It
team.
helps me relax a tiny bit, gets me tired. I'm a maniac, and if I don't take something or at least kind of relax a little bit, I take a gummy too. Every night I take a gummy.
If you don't have alcohol, your behavior will change.
Yeah. Oh, my
quiet the voices.
If you don't consistently consume
I have
alcohol,
a
it'll affect your
hard
behavior.
time
That's normal.
sleeping. I have a hard time going to sleep.
So you need alcohol to go to sleep.
Right.
It helps, and so does the gummy.
You just get blacked out drunk before you get into bed every
I have
night?
one drink, just a little bit. Just to
Take the edge off, yeah?
edge off, calm the nerves a little bit.
Your parents definitely gave you a spoonful of rum every night as a baby. It was definitely some shit like
Stop
that.
you from teething.
Dana said 2 minutes.
2 minutes. That's fat guy time.
That's oh.
He's probably like 5 feet away.
Literally, it's right. Really,
The tuba music.
it's right. That was behind. You weren't even looking at it.
He really was like right behind you. Holy shit, that was good. That was fantastic timing.
You look good, Dana.
No, I said you'll be here in 2 minutes, and then Tommy was like, "He's probably right here," and you were right there.
You were right there.
But because you're so fat, it will take you so long to walk those.
You've been
5
mercilessly bullied in the last 5 minutes
That's what
without
the
you
program
being
is, you know. It's
Well, we were
punching
first
bag.
making fun of Clemmer's alcoholism.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Clemmer took all your shine away.
I've never been an alcoholic. I like to drink on the weekends.
There you go. See, we're
Yeah,
not even
just
asking. We're
responsible.
going after Clemmer. You're going to your.
You're an alcoholic, Clemmer?
No, I have one drink a night. Is that alcoholic?
And if he
And
doesn't,
if he doesn't,
that's
it will
more
affect
alcohol.
his
He looks
I have a
forward to
hard
it, like,
time
a lot.
going to sleep if I don't have just a little bit.
That's more alcoholic than what I do. Sure.
You have sober
I've been-
nights.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
I have 6 sober nights a week.
Okay.
pop your hat off. real
One
quick.
blacked out night a week.
Pop up the hat off. I wanna
It's
see-
not. It doesn't.
All right.
Wow. That's a nice
Really,
haircut.
human being. That's nice.
Not
pretty
bad,
good.
boys.
way better than the mullet.
You have a line in your hair on the left side?
No.
That's the hat.
Bad drunk behavior, doing lines.
That will be mentioned as we get in.
Shit.
What are you looking at your own hair in the fucking monitor?
You say holy shit at how good you look.
That's every day.
Holy fuck, I look good.
So good today. Before we get into our actual bracket, let's talk a little bit about Omaha Steaks. All right, let's talk about Omaha Steaks. Omaha Steaks equals the world's best beef, naturally aged from the ultimate in tenderness and juiciness and in flavor. Save big on the Omaha Steaks anniversary sale with 50% off site-wide, plus 8 free Omaha Steaks burgers and 8 free gourmet jumbo franks on select packages, including the exclusive anniversary assortment package. This package is the perfect sampling of everything that makes Omaha Steaks unforgettable. It includes 4 butcher-cut filet mignons, 4 air-chilled boneless chicken breasts, 4 bacon-wrapped pork chops, 4 gourmet jumbo franks, and the classic Omaha Steaks seasoning. Every steak and every entree is flash frozen, vacuum sealed so that you can just have it ready when you want to grill. 5 generations of family-owned expertise means uncompromising quality that you can trust. It's all backed by their unconditional 100% money-back guarantee. For more than 100 years, Omaha Steaks has delivered an unforgettable gourmet experience to families across America, and you're invited to celebrate their anniversary with an incredible 50% off site-wide. Order today and get 8 free Omaha Steaks burgers and 8 free gourmet jumbo franks with select packages, including their exclusive anniversary assortment package loaded with these classic tastes that make Omaha Steaks famous. And with every purchase is backed by their unconditional money-back guarantee, simply go to omahasteaks.com and enter LIGHTS in the search bar to shop these exclusive packages. Thanks to Omaha Steaks. All right, we got our first matchup of the day. Everyone has submissions. I asked Rone super late, so I'm giving Rone some of the submissions we got from Twitter. So
Thank you.
You automatically inherit some of those, and the winner of today gets a trophy.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes.
So, first matchup of the day is the number 12 versus the 5. Number 12 seed is starting to cook something and then forgetting about it. An ultimate drunk behavior. Falling asleep with a pizza in your oven. Frozen pizza in your
Smoke
oven.
alarm going off.
I laughed like that was last night.
Sorry, this
What happened in college? The fire alarm went off and everything because it was
Everyone's-
pizza.
Yeah.
it's worst drunk behaviors?
Yes.
Okay.
You think that's best?
No. I just was making sure my submissions were correct.
Oh, no, yours are right. And that's going up. It's the number 5 seed. Getting too touchy. Being too touchy of a person. Everyone knows at least one of these guys.
Oh, Glenny.
Yeah.
Who is that, by the way? What is going on? There's just a naked lady over here?
Is he your husband? He doesn't have a shirt
Her
on?
husband has no shirt on.
Is that Glenny? Is that
Yeah, it's a
Glenny?
Glenny's
Well,
Glenny's
all right.
angel.
It's one of Glenny's harem. basically.
Getting too touchy. There he is.
He's just making fun of him. Get on in here.
Get in here.
Yeah, come on, get on in here. Get on in here.
Comes in and shoves his tongue down your throat.
No, the mic. I was pointing at the mic.
2 minutes. Okay.
What are you giggling about?
2 minutes. So like, it's right outside the door.
Saw another pair of boobies.
All right, Marty, you go first. The guy who gets too touchy or starting to cook something and forgetting about it.
Touchy. I think sometimes the cooking with that and forgetting about it is kind of funny to me. Not bad. I think it's funny.
What does that usually entail for you? What's the meal?
Mac and cheese.
Wait, you like leave the stovetop on?
Just forget to even do boiling water.
So you didn't even start.
I haven't done it in a while, but yeah, that was a lot. It was always mac and cheese and or Dana's DiGiorno.
Dana?
No.
One bite.
One bite.
One bite. Come on.
One bite.
And waking up to just a burnt disc in your oven.
Yeah. You've done that.
Yeah, plenty of times.
Plenty of times. But I think it's definitely touching because the touching guy is the guy also who says like I love you a lot to you.
Yeah.
A lot and corners you and like starts to talk about life. Fucking hate that guy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Dana?
So are we voting for what is worst? Worse?
What is the
Or
worst?
what's
What is
like,
a worst drunk behavior?
All right. Touchy. I gotta say, I'm a little touchy guy. When I'm a little drunk, I'll put my arm around you and I'll
Touch little guys when you're...
No, I didn't say that. Did I? Did I say that?
No, you're a little touchy guy.
I'm a big arm around your shoulder type of guy. But only with the right people. Whether it's a close friend, but I'm not touchy with people I don't know. But it's pretty annoying what I do, so I would say that.
The touchy guy, Rone?
Is it touchy like brotherly touchy or inappropriate touchy?
Grab him by the pussy
I'm
almost.
thinking almost a combination of the two.
Yeah, I feel like they go hand in hand.
Yeah, I think the same guy's doing both.
Yeah.
I still think
I think there's two different guys. I think there's the guy who's doing it to his bros, who's like, "I love you, man, I love you," and then there's just the sexual harasser.
Yeah,
I'm thinking more of like the bro,
Broy
like,
guy.
I love you guy.
the bad breath, like
Right.
getting too
Yeah,
close to
yeah,
you
yeah.
type of shit.
Yeah. So let's go with that one. We'll do the broy touchy guy.
Then I think if that's the case, I think leaving the shit in the oven could kill people. I'm voting for leaving the shit in the oven. That's like someone could, the fucking house could burn down.
But Rone, when it doesn't burn down, you wake up in the morning, like, look at that. It's like, look what we did last night.
Yeah,
Like,
we're
I remember
idiots.
in college, I used to fucking hide my friend's shoes in the oven and stuff, and then they put it on accident.
Oh.
It was some fun stuff.
That's funny. That's incredible.
You were just inhaling carcinogens
Yep.
nonstop.
Yeah, but
Explains a lot.
you inhale anything, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Marty Bush story.
Yeah. All right, alcoholic, let's slow it down, all right?
Pat.
I think it's touchy because I think that, like, yeah, I really have no reason. It's just touchy.
Being too
Much
touchy.
more frequent of an occurrence, a drunk, touchy person than a leaving something in the oven. I feel like that's rare. I feel like that doesn't happen often. And it's funny when you do. But yeah, touchy for sure.
I almost feel like the more, I don't know if this is on here, but almost the more modern equivalent of that is like ordering Taco Bell and forgetting to get it at your door.
You know,
That's funny.
I don't think I included that, so we can include that under the banner if you want.
That's not going to change my answer.
Yeah.
But.
I left a pizza in the oven. Yo-yos back in 2001 in college. Fire alarm goes off. Fire department's to come. It's like 4 a.m. Everyone's furious at me. That was not fun. But the worst, you know what's even worse than the touchy guy is then he'll corner you and be like, "Here's why I love you, man." And then it was like a long diatribe about how like maybe been friends for a while. And
Now
that's
you guys have turtles tattooed to each other.
well, no, those guys can do whatever they want. I'm talking. It's more
They
like
can get as touchy as they please.
they can. Yeah. No, it's more like the mild acquaintance that's now going to go over every moment he's had hanging out with you or even seeing you at work, whatever. It's like I don't want to do this, so I got to go the touchy guy.
I think the equivalent of that here is the guy who will go up to you, at least within Barstool, and be like, "I fucking love this thing you do." They had never watched that thing ever, not once. Like I'd have like a fucking like a Trent come up to me like, "Fucking love the bracket, dude." And I'm like, "No, you haven't watched Trent."
No one even pretends
an
to watch
episode.
what I do. So
Or the stranger who keeps talking to you and like touching your shoulder.
Yeah.
Something at a bar. That's
a lot
worse.
of that.
It's that guy is always like, I never do this, but and it's like, no, you do. You've done this before.
What about touching to get through a crowd though? I feel like there's some.
fine,
That's
I
is
think.
that
It's
a,
fine. Yeah.
just a lower back touch?
Yeah, a little.
I don't know about lower
God.
back.
Oh, I usually like top of the shoulder,
Top
like,
of
Yeah.
this area.
I think in
Just like
mid back.
Going for the like just above the ass.
Just like
I
right
think it's a
there.
shoulder blade.
shoulder blade. I agree with that. Yeah, and if there's no movement only in the crowd, you just
Put your pistol against their lower back.
It's quite a touch you got, Rone. You going after guys' lower backs?
Or just slide up the ass crack and slap it right on the lower
swipe
back.
it like a credit card.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Tommy,
Yeah, it's touchy guy
touchy guy.
easily.
Have you been touched by many guys in bars? I'm just thinking like Stooley's touch wanting to touch you.
Oh, it was his
People are always
doctor
touching me.
for the
Oh, the
Oh,
one
yeah,
that gave you
that's
the.
Oh, my surprise prostate exam. I mean, I don't think that falls under. He was stone cold sober.
Yeah, he was 12 years old and he got a prostate exam.
No.
I was 18 before
It
college.
was Dr. Larry
Before
Nasser.
college? No.
Yeah, it was a surprise, right? You didn't know it was coming. They
I
didn't
know
ask your
it was coming
parents'
until the
permission.
finger was in my ass. Yeah,
It's
but
very weird.
That's so fucked. Are you sure that's what it was?
Yeah, he got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, god damn it, dude.
damn it, we were doing so good.
We're on a,
This
we're
isn't
on a
even
fucking
on today to
streak,
say.
dude.
Damn, we were doing good. That's on me.
Somebody says.
No shit, it's on you. Who else would it
They
be
have to cut
on?
it from YouTube. It's just
Saying
a
apologize.
God damn it. Mark that, Reed. Okay, now we have the number 4 seed versus the 13 seed. The 4 seed is pissing somewhere. Oh, and before I forget, I keep forgetting to do this because of the new format. The loser of that last one was Rone's. That was a Twitter one. The forgetting something in the oven. Number 4 seed, pissing somewhere where you shouldn't. So it could be not pissing all over the seat, pissing all over the bathroom floor, pissing in your bed, pissing in your pants, any of that sort of thing. And that's going up against the number 13 seed, heckling in a comedy club. The drunk heckler at a comedy club, the worst humans alive. They think they're the main character in the universe and just ruin the show. Tommy.
yeah, I feel like obviously the peeing one is more common, but there is not like a drunk heckler. You are the scum of the earth. Like to get up there and be like, how can I make this other guy's show? Like, this is about me now. This is about me, and like thinking you're, you know, the class clown kind of, and everybody's got to look at me. I got to be the loudest guy in the room. I need all the attention. That's the just epitome of somebody I despise and I hate. So I'm gonna go with that drunk heckler.
Drunk heckler.
Yeah, I'll even like expand it to like anything, like you're out in public watching any kind of show and anyone like drunk, just like said, making it about them it is the worst. It is, especially when you're sober. Nothing is worse than when you're sober around drunk people.
Yes.
They're so annoying. So yeah, I even though like Tommy said, the peeing is obviously far more common, but that's almost like more understandable. Like missing, you're drunk, you're
That's commonplace drunkenness.
peeing all over the place. Like you have to be a special kind of asshole to do that.
You expanded it beyond comedy show. Did you see like hecklers at an opera?
No. Like if you go to a show, like
What if someone's singing along? What if someone's singing really loudly along with the artist, like right behind you, drunk as fuck?
Is it a concert?
yeah,
A concert.
That's okay.
oh, that's okay.
Who's performing?
Fine.
That's fine.
Stapleton.
Ooh,
Someone's singing loud as
see
fuck, and you
whiskey?
can't hear Stapleton because they're singing loud as fuck.
yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's a shitty.
Singing the wrong lyrics.
No, but like like you're at a bar and someone plays the jukebox and somebody drunk starts screaming. It's just like anyone being like that drunk and obnoxious, being this on the spotlight, that kind of person is the worst.
It's not necessarily a heckler though. I think
I
the
guess you're right.
heckler's worse because it's like the solo performance and it's quiet. There's no music. There's like it's just that.
I just
guy
feel
there.
that's pretty rare. Like I don't run into. I haven't seen that.
You did stand up, right? Did you ever
I
have?
did stand up a tiny bit. I
Yeah.
did improv a lot more.
Did you ever have a heckler?
No, a couple times someone would like try to be a funny like. Can I get a one-word suggestion? And they'll say something that's like, awful.
Diarrhea. Or...
Yeah, or cancer. It's like, all right, you really want to see a 35-minute show about cancer? Here you go. And you do it. And you're
It's
like,
just
all
you coughing on stage.
right. Yeah, it's like, I'll be like, I'm really sick.
Strip.
No jokes. I'm really sick. I'm having a really tough time. Today's been a struggle.
Time
oh.
lapse weight loss.
And you asked it, like, did you enjoy that show, sir?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the 35-minute.
You could be the after of the before and after of a
Yeah, no, I'm like, I'm really
cancer thing.
sick. Yeah, people believe it.
Might need to get you a drink. You seem on edge. You seem very.
Oh,
That puppy open.
Not
all right,
quite 10 o'clock yet.
It's lost.
Pat.
I will say, heckling. I think is
Regular.
there. She is.
Yeah.
Heckling is
They're all good.
Both are delicious.
inherently
All good.
worse. But I saw Stu Feiner heckle Francis at a comedy show once. It was one of the funniest things I've had. Like so loud, just laughing at like parts of the joke that weren't the punchline, and that became the show.
Wait, so he wasn't really heckling. Like he was just being too loud.
He was just being Stu.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a form of heckling if you're like
Yeah.
drawing it.
At least he was well intentioned.
It wasn't like malicious though.
Right.
He thought he was helping.
Yeah.
Making it about him though,
Yeah.
Yeah.
showing how much he got the joke.
Yeah.
And I think there's almost something endearing about a drunk who pees. Like if you see a video online of someone like ordering at the bar with them just like peeing up against the bar, I like that. I think that's funny as long as it doesn't affect me. So heckler for me is much worse.
Had another for heckler, Rone.
There's no downside to peeing. I don't think that's a bad behavior. Anywhere you do it is funny. Any time that you're doing it is going to be like elevating the experience and making you feel relief. I don't think that I've ever gotten pissed off at someone for peeing something. It's always been hilarious. It's obviously the drunk heckler.
I got dumped in high school, or not, college actually, for pissing in my girlfriend's bed.
Really? She dumped you?
Yeah, that was the last straw.
How many times did you pee your bed?
I mean, with her in it once.
Oh, God.
That was the end.
I know people who have had long ass relationships and they've always peed the girl. Like they'll just pee all over whoever they're with, and the girl's cool with it. So she wasn't.
No, it was on its last legs, and that kind of sent it on the door packing.
Ground it.
It was bad.
Pee a lot. And
Yeah, I historically pee.
So did you like wake up to her just yelling at you? Like how does
No, I woke up and there was just a puddle, and I don't even think she was in it at the time because she was so mad. But she woke up in the puddle with me, and when I woke up, she was
I would
gone.
have loved to know your excuse.
Was there a puddle, or did it completely absorb, or it was so much pee that was like actually like
It ruined probably ruined the mattress. Yeah,
Well,
I have a hysterical amount of photos of me peeing beds. Like
It's like over 20.
or a big peer. I feel like I know too many stories about
And-
in the public.
I want to refute Rone's point a little bit because I've pissed couches before, and my friends have been like so mad at me because it's a nice couch, like parents' couches.
Oh no!
Like you know,
what happened? Like
and
you just fall
You
asleep.
can't control it though. You can't control. Pee guys can't
So how
control
does
it.
it
I don't know. I
I've never
haven't
had this
peed
problem.
since
I don't
2021, but in
Attaboy.
2010 to 21, there was.
When you were 28, listen.
I just need to know, you awake pissing or you just wake up?
No. It's I wake up and piss.
All right.
Think about the most pee ever and times it by 2, and that's Dana's.
I have a lot of pictures. I got to pull them up. I can't find
A
them.
lot of external pressure on the bladder at all times.
That's a good
Why'd
question.
you take so many pictures?
No, someone will
Hilarious because
take
it's
a pic-
hilarious.
Someone takes a picture
I thought you'd wake up
in the
peeing,
bed.
like, I gotta get a picture of this.
I used to like open drawers and pee in them, like a underwear drawer, or like I'd open like a backpack and then pee in it and then zip it up.
I was a sicko.
Yeah.
I one time when I was in like 3rd grade, sleep over to a friend's house with my sleeping bag, and I had to wake up in the middle of the night. I was just so afraid to go upstairs to pee because of monsters, and I was like, I don't want to walk up there, so I just peed right in the sleeping bag, and it smelt for years.
How old were you?
Like 8.
Oh.
You afraid of monsters?
I
when you were 8?
or ghosts, things of that ilk.
Basically things like Clemmer, more or less.
Yeah, but I was just like, I don't want to go up there alone. Anything could happen. I'll just pee right here. And I wasn't drunk, obviously, but
I had a teacher that refused to let a kid go to the bathroom, and he just pissed his pants.
That's so mean.
First grade, I think.
That's
I
really
respect-
I respect the hell out of
Good
that.
for that kid.
yeah.
Yeah.
My brother
Awful.
took a shit
Kyle
for
Johnson?
3 hours in 2nd grade.
Shit. Wait, who did?
Yeah, they called the teachers, get my mom to get him out of the bathroom. My brother.
Here's one. I mean, this is.
Oh boy.
Oh, we're looking at them.
I don't know. Can the screen see?
Oh,
Did you show it?
It's just
Well,
Dana's
you'll send it, and then
cock.
we'll put it on the big screen. Just make sure you shoot it later.
There's the couch.
God, it's a whole cushion just
Oh, here, wait,
filed.
Turn it towards that camera in the corner. You see this one up here? Yeah. Oh my!
What the fuck?
A huge puddle.
Oh.
How'd it get vertical?
It travels up.
Stomach.
You had creeping
Well,
urine.
It
You're laying
hangs
down.
on the balls, guys. We went through
That's
this.
true, yeah.
It goes up.
You had a creeping urine that went up your body.
Yeah,
You.
That's a disability. That's not. People can't get mad at you for that.
I understand. I try
Like
to
you're
tell 'em
asleep.
that.
You're not doing it on purpose. It's a disability.
I understand, and it's again, it's past me. I think because it's been 2 or 3 years, but it's usually pretty funny. But people get mad, so I don't know. But I'm still gonna vote for hecklers because fuck them.
It's hecklers. Still. Yeah. Is that like in the back of your mind when you're drinking? You're like, I can't go past this limit because I will pee myself.
No, never.
Ron, what do you think about when you have like, hypothetically, you have your own bathroom?
We got to do the bottles.
2,
again.
3 feet
We don't
away.
have to do the fucking bottles
And you
again.
pee in the bottle in your room because you don't feel like getting up.
It's enough work to pee in the bottle, to like having to like roll onto the side and pee in the bottle.
the
Dick in the
bathroom.
bottle.
It's heckler though. It's definitely heckler.
Heckler.
1000%.
Move on. Next matchup is the 8 seed versus the 9 seed. The 8 seed is, we'll say, forcing others to use alcohol abuse alcohol. Like the guy who gets angry when you won't drink more, as if it like affects them. Like, oh, come on, I got shots. Do the shot. Do the shot. Do the shot. That guy. And that's going up against the number 9 seed, the very close talker. Guy who gets right here. And he's just talking right in your fucking
cousin
grill.
of
Bad
the toucher.
breath.
It's down to your shoes. It's down to your boots.
Oh, wait, let's do a pass down for this one.
Oh my God! It's down to his fucking. He's wearing boots, and it's all the way down to
that much. And you
It's like
pissed
a
the
camel.
standing up and then laid down?
Must have, yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's so
Wait, so you
much piss.
peed and then you laid in your own pee? Jesus, Dana.
That's more piss than I thought.
You got up to go to the
It
bathroom.
soaked your waterproof Timberland boots.
Those are
Those are
ostrich.
boat shoes, actually.
Boat shoes.
Oh, that's even
Oh,
worse,
it just
actually.
they made a good pair of shoes for the occasion.
Didn't touch the Hingham High basketball shirt,
No,
though.
never. See, that's my friend's brother's bed. So he was.
That would be bullshit. That would be
wouldn't-
bullshit.
Yeah, I wouldn't think this is funny. I would be so mad.
No, I know. I don't, but I didn't mean to do that. That's
Visibility.
the point.
It's,
How old were you? 20. I was 20 at that point.
All right.
Yeah.
That's better.
So
Wait,
much.
how were you drinking if you weren't
Well, that's
21?
an impossible
I
amount.
was very hydrated.
It's just so much pee.
So disgusting.
But anyway, the close talker versus the forcing alcohol person. Marty.
This is tough. This is really tough because I hate both a lot. Because the close one, they have no idea boundaries at all. They really don't. But the guy where you're like, we're doing tequila shots and you just don't like tequila, just don't let. I'm not going to do it for you. I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna go the shots guy.
Shots
'Cause
guy?
he's relentless. It's all night. I can pass someone off on with the close talker. So I'm going shot guy.
Shot guy?
I don't like the shot guy either. I want people to drink at their own speed. I want people to enjoy how they want to enjoy. Like, don't get in my face and tell me what to do. Fuck them.
That's the only way. The way I drink is only shots. I don't drink anything really else. I'm not in your face telling you got to do it. If you want it, it's there. If not, I hate the guy that's like forcing you.
I feel like if you're doing a generic shot thing with like not your friends too, you know what I mean? Like you can't be like, here, it's tequila. Like you got to do something like Fireball
Maybe a nice
or something.
green tea shot.
I think that's a
Always
nice
the
thing.
go-to.
That's a nice
Ease
thing.
them
to
in
do.
with a
You
green
want people
tea.
to have fun. Remember when I forced the shot, the working man's on you?
Oh, that was in Colorado. Oh, I had like 7. You forced them. Fuck you. You're one of those guys. Oh, I
Want
just
someone to
realized
have a
that.
good time.
I had a great time, but
You're welcome.
It
If you didn't
sucked.
take those shots.
Rone.
I am in Pat's camp. I think that it's like one of the funnest things to do to be like, hey, let's all take a drink together. It's like when you cheers to something, you're picking an aspiration that you guys are all going to meet at. It's like this positive, or if you go off with someone, it's like, yo, let's me and you, let's take a shot real quick. That's fun. Both of those things are fun.
Bonding
But
experience.
that's
It's a bonding
That's
experience.
fun.
Shot guy's
But
different.
that's different. The guy when you say no and he's like,
oh, come
stop
on.
being a pussy,
Come on,
man.
what?
Like that.
Come
I
on.
love that. That's camaraderie.
Well, the guy's like, how
that's
much have you
amazing.
had tonight? That's all you've had tonight? Like, get some more. Let's
That's
get
a bad guy.
Like, the guy who's in charge of getting the round of shots, that's fine. That's fun. But it's the one who's like doing it over and over.
But I think that guy
Somehow-
sees himself as the guy who's like, let's all do a shot together.
I think
He doesn't have time to get you individually. He wants it all at once.
Yeah.
I think that guy's an alcoholic who needs to make sure everybody is on his level,
Yeah.
like of drunkenness, so he can have a good time. Like, why can't you have a good time? You're
He spent
One
money
level
on you,
depends on
Tommy.
how
You don't want
drunk
to. You're going to disrespect
people
him. He spent money on
Yeah,
you.
and they'll play that card too. Oh, come on, I paid for
bought
these.
you this shot.
I didn't want it.
Meanwhile, a close talker is one of the most uncomfortable that you can be. And that's another one, unlocks the bad breath. But if someone's just right on top of you talking at all times and you can't even stay in the conversation. You might be enjoying the person or what they have to say. You have to leave the conversation. There's people at this company that do it.
Oh yeah.
Name names.
Ooh.
Drop a name.
I can't.
Drop a name.
Initials.
I can't.
NT. No, I'm just kidding.
Who's NT?
I don't know. I was.
Terrainy?
Yeah, that was.
Is he?
He does that.
No,
Is he?
he doesn't at all. It was
Did you
just.
start a rumor?
Yeah, I think we could start a rumor that Nick's a very close talker,
Talks too close.
Alex Cooper?
a blonde woman.
But
The newest Alex.
So you're gonna go with the close talker. I think the
Significantly worse.
hot breath too. Just it's always when they get really close in your ear when the music's loud.
I had a dude who used to come up to me and he would plug my ear. And he would talk. He would put his arm like around my neck and he'd plug.
God.
What the
You
fuck?
know how you like when you're in the bar and you plug one ear, you can kind of hear someone better. He would come up and do it for me. and, like plug his thumb in. It was insane. But I'd do it back to him. We just be holding each other's heads. You try that in the club, you guys can hear each other perfectly.
I'd love to witness that.
It's like you're an avatar. Just plugged into another man's fucking head.
Pat,
Close talker is worse.
close talker's worse. You had a bad experience?
Yeah, it's the breath for me. And also because I'm tall, I have to like bend down to get to someone. That adds a whole nother element. And also, I'll always take a shot. Someone gets me shots. So that doesn't really bother me.
And you're the shot guy too.
And of course, and I'm
Established.
the shot guy. So it's fine with me.
Yeah, if someone just say, "Hey, man, you got to take a step back." Sometimes you can tell them that they're being a close talker. I think you can kind of get away with that. With the shots thing, I use this line now. I said, "I'm 40. I'm retired. I'm over 40. I'm retired from shots." Because otherwise, it's just so aggressive. They're like, "Come on, you got to have one." They don't stop. It's almost like it's like a sales pitch.
What did you put in that screwdriver you made last night?
Vodka.
How much would you measure?
I don't have a shot glass in my house, so I had to guess. So I'm like, I think it's 2 shots, but it was in a glass, and it was just me. I didn't push it on anybody else. The worst is, like I said, someone wants to have a shot. That's on them. That's great. Marty's like, shot's fine. It's that when you push it and then you won't take no. They just keep pushing it, and then they're like, "Oh, I spent money on this. Come on, why not?"
Clemmer, let me tell you, in the beer guy heyday, when I would go to a bar, a lot of people would come up and put a phone in my face and say, "Chug this beer." I had people just be like, "You have to chug this beer."
Like, no, I don't.
I can't say no, though.
You can.
You're right, I do.
No, he was his fault.
It's not my
So
fault.
would you do it?
It was your brand. I always did it. It's my own fault. But it's hard to say no in that situation.
Well, that was your brand. My brand is being a nerdy baseball guy. If
That's
someone-
true.
Your brand is also being an alcoholic. So it could make sense for you.
No, it's not.
Or 3-2 in favor of the forcing shots guy. Tommy?
Forcing shots, guy. The amount of shots I've poured on the floor at a bar where it's
And I think that's a fine move. If someone forces it on you, just throw it out.
I did that one time with like someone that I didn't know very well, and he was an intimidating cat, and he was buying me shots, and we were in a circle, and I just
Big cat.
couldn't do it, and I poured it on the floor, and it hit his shoe. He was like, "Did you just pour that shot on the floor?" I was like, "Oh, I got knocked out of my
I
hand."
might be this guy because I really want to call him a pussy right now.
No, it's a pussy move.
Really
I've
wanna
seen
call
him do it, but it's also
It's a
like,
strategic move.
hey,
Yeah. I think if you're at a certain point of like,
I might have just voted for myself. I might be one of those guys.
shot guy,
you're at a certain number of drunkenness, you
I
have
don't
to.
buy people shots, but I don't say no. I can't say no.
Oh, if I have like 3 drinks, if you look at me, you're getting a drink.
Yeah.
You're a good guy to go out with.
It's a
then.
bad habit.
Yeah, and that's fun. See, that's fun.
But
Change your vote.
I think that you have, if you're the guy who's buying everything, you're allowed to be the shot guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you're.
You
If, it's,
can't
if a
get
shot is
angry when
paired
people
with a
aren't
beer.
taking
Or
it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's the angriness, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The offer, anger. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with offering.
You're allowed to that, though.
If it was instant like that, that's very nice. Thank you.
Come on, man.
Forcing shots is going to move on. Now we get to do the chain before we do the 1 seed. Our chain is just our playing game for a 16 seed. So the number 1 option is trying to fight a security guard on the Alabama coastline. Not something you want to do, especially while intoxicated. Posting all over social media that you're shit-faced in public during a global pandemic.
I didn't put that one.
I did.
He's self-told. He's self-told. Talking a lot about your ex or relationship. That was Tommy's.
Like there's that guy that's always like gets sad about their relationship.
Getting too emotional and being the I love you man, which is we talked about it a little bit earlier.
I think it's a cousin of the touchy guy, but there's nothing worse than the guy who's like, I'm a few drinks deep. I have to tell you how much you mean to me. Shut up.
The heart-to-heart guy.
Yeah, the heart to heart.
Yeah. Oversharing. That kind of I feel like can be underneath that banner a little bit. The oversharer guy.
I love the overshare guy.
Same.
I love hearing everything.
Like,
you guys
it's
say.
like, hey, nice to meet you. Like my mom's a meth head.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I don't mind that
more.
guy.
I will be. Then you're the talk of the group the entire night. Like we got a night on our hands.
They go to the bathroom. You're like, what the fuck?
That's the best feeling in the world. You believe his mom's a crackhead? Yeah.
Go back.
You wouldn't
group
believe
just-
what he just told me.
Every group just needs someone to talk about. That's all you need when you go out. Like someone that's not you. To make sure that
1,000%.
they're like
you got to
the
make sure it's definitely not you. But sometimes if you don't think you need that guy, it's you.
There's a guy that was new, like he was from the outside of our group that was hanging out with us, and he was a professional fencer. We talked about him for 3 hours.
Yeah, that's
Like, it was like, who
something.
the fuck is a fencer? After that is talking to everyone and trying to be the funniest guy in the room. There's another Tommy one.
I said that.
Yeah.
That's just Tommy.
I just am.
And showing everyone every video from the past 2 years from your camera roll.
That's
the worst.
Good one. That's
Yeah,
Terrible.
I do that sometimes.
especially when it's like their kid. Like I don't.
Oh, kid, oh, that's way worse.
Wait for the video. Ugh. Oh, hold on. I almost got it.
There's a 1980s equivalent to this. You used to go over people's houses, and when the parents got too drunk, they would put on like their vacation slides. Like you can watch what we did on vacation. You're just sitting there. I remember like people would just like talk about their vacations. Like,
yeah, check out our trip to Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right.
It was awesome.
Summer. That was the oldest thing I've ever heard.
none of you guys ever had to sit through that? My
Slideshow?
Yes, a slide. No, people would really do that. They would bring out a slideshow. You watch it in their living room.
Who the fuck
Christmas
are you
vacation.
hanging out
It's
with?
what we did in the 80s. What people did for fun. There was no computers. That's what people fucking did
I thought people smoked
Computers were
crack
around in the 80s.
on the suburbs.
Tommy.
Can you run them down again?
So we got trying to start a fight in the Alabama coastline, posting on social media that you're shit faced during a global pandemic, talking about your ex relationship, getting too emotional with the I love you man guy, talking over everyone and trying to be the funniest guy in the room, or showing everyone every video from your camera roll.
I know Dana was kidding, but we should even like just cut off the like posting on social media guy as well.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, the guy with
Brutal.
the cameras.
like sometimes you could the couple, but like when it's the entire night and
Yeah.
you're like, all right.
That's
Right,
fun
the
if you're on the
drunk
other
at the
side of it.
concert.
Though. If you're at home reading those, that's fun. Because you're like, this
Not
person's
really. It's
insane.
No, I
guy's
think
drunk.
yeah, it's like
Oh,
this
they're
is-
writing crazy shit. It's funny.
who
I
are you
automatically
following?
skip it.
Oh, there's all sorts of, like, anytime someone goes off, like if
You're talking
really
about
drunk-
written text, and I think he's talking about like pictures and videos. Or are you talking about written
Instagram
text?
stories?
Instagram stories.
Yeah, if someone's like really fucked up, it's funny. If you're at home and just like reading about their nonsense, it's entertaining. It's not entertaining if you're there. I'm saying if you're at home on the other side of it.
I usually just skip them.
Yeah,
I get any of those?
I go right past.
I see a party or anything, I'm just like, whoop,
Yep.
I'm out of here. It's Tommy.
I'm gonna go with the I love you man guy. It's just look. There are times where if you're really drunk, yeah, maybe you have a heart to heart with someone. But the guy who does it every single time, who's like, I just love you, man. I love. It's like, what do you? How are you supposed to respond to that? It makes it so awkward. And just shut up. Just drink and laugh.
Clemmer.
Yeah, it's the sad ex-boyfriend guy. Like like when I went through my divorce, like I had a lot of those moments where like with my buddies, I'm like, oh, I'm really bummed out. I'm 36. I'm alone. I remember friends are like, I could even see in their faces, they're like, oh, geez, this again. I just felt bad, but when you're drunk and sad, you can't get it out of your head, so you become that guy. So I hated that version of myself. I gotta say that.
All right. Pat?
I'm going camera roll because
Camera
the story sucks as it is, and then the video never makes it better. And then you have to wait to watch the video, and then you want to leave the conversation, but you can't leave that person high and dry, and it just makes everything awkward and annoying. Camera roll.
Camera roll.
At the risk of throwing away my vote, I'm going with the boat guy, the Alabama boat guy. That was just my favorite video of the year. Just the drunkest, craziest rednecks. Good family unity, though.
Yes.
That's the one thing that they did have.
Swimming across. The guy swimming across. I don't think I've laughed so hard in a while.
It was incredible.
They call him Aquaman something.
You say it, Clemmer.
I don't know what he says. I don't know what to say.
Dana.
I'll go with the ex-girlfriend guy. I don't got time for your shit. Unless you're like my best friend, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear it.
Marty.
I love you, guy.
I love you guy.
Mhm.
All right, so we're tied up between the I love you guy and the talking about the ex guy. Reed, who are you gonna go with here?
I'm gonna go with the I love you guy. It kind of falls into like touchy, close kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
All that bothers me.
Yeah, very similar. Very similar. So that is going up against the number one seed of today, which is the fighter, the fight instigator, the guy who wants to fight, and the guy who just everyone hates the fighter in the group. So Marty, the fighter versus the I love you man guy.
It's the fighter. I've done a good job of. My friends are. Me and Tommy have talked about this. Like, if you fight, I will not be around. Unless it's like you get you get hit or something, like I'll step in, but like if you're starting it, you're by yourself. Fuck, because when I'm drinking, I don't feel like doing that. So fighter guy.
Fighter guy. Dana.
Yeah, the only person I've ever fought is like my best friend when I'm drunk. Like we'll just go out and we'll just start fucking wailing on each other for shits and giggles. But I
Not
hate.
even in an argument.
No, we're just like, want to go fight. You never done that?
No.
I have.
Hands with the boys.
I got thrown through a glass door once because we
Like, I
were
guess
all
I
roughhousing.
wrestled.
Wrestling with a boy.
Yeah,
you know?
Wrestling and roughhousing.
You do a lot of the like you're on the line and someone's.
Oh, I love when I'm fucked up. I will do a 3-point stance every fucking time, no matter where I am at the bar.
Oklahoma drills or something.
Yeah, and I'll look. Me and Mulcahy used to do Oklahoma drills. all the time.
Okay, got you.
Fat Mulcahy or skinny Mulcahy?
Skinny Mulcahy.
Medium.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, he was medium, okay.
MM. What was MM?
But I don't know. I hate when people are constantly fighting or just like looking for a fight. It's just you don't want to be with that guy out. It ruins the mood. Fuck him.
You ever do drunk boxing? I did that once.
Yes.
It's very fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
It's a great time.
And the next day you feel like shit.
yeah.
But it
You
is
don't feel
really
much
fun
at the
to
time.
watch. No, you don't feel a thing unless you get knocked out.
What was the 16?
Is the I Love You Man guy.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's fighter. It's the fighter.
Fight guy's always sensitive too. Like if someone bumps into him and gets a little beer on him and like actually did it on accident, he's like punch him in.
They're all looking for it. They're always like a hawk. Like they're looking right there. Even if you don't have a fight, you got dealing with that shit all night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. It's because it's a combination of the guy who wants attention at the comedy club mixed with like personal insecurity and like feeling like you always have to prove yourself. And just those qualities alone, without even manifesting into a fight, are terrible qualities that you want to have in someone that you're hanging out with. They know how to ruin a night, and it's like if you can weed those dudes out of your group,
They're fun to watch though online.
it's incredible to watch.
Yeah, you don't want them in your group.
Oh yeah, but if you stumble on it,
it's always a short guy too. The fighter's always a short guy.
Shorter guy, at least. And he usually gets beat up.
Always.
It's very rarely the winner in the fights he starts.
Yeah.
Pat?
Yeah, it's the fighter. Not even close.
Not even close for the fighter.
Yeah, we had a fighter in our group when I was in like high school, college, and when he
Raphael.
Yeah, no, none of the turtle guys. Those are guys
The
like
turtles,
friends.
okay.
It was just like a strong acquaintance, I guess, that joined our group. But then when he was gone, it was like the biggest relief. It was like, oh, we don't have to deal with that shit anymore. Like it was so nice. It was just I remember feeling so much more relaxed when we went out. The fighter is the worst person.
Mm-hmm. Another for the fighter, Tommy.
Yeah, if you're like at a crowded bar and somebody bumps into you and you act stunned, I can't believe this guy just bumped into me. Like, no shit. You're at a crowded bar and then the worst.
The worst. Fighter's going to move on. Before we get to the next half, let's hear about Manscaped. All right, let's talk about Manscaped. The Manscaped Platinum Package 4.0 is the one-stop shop for the man who deserves it all. They designed this package to allow you to fully align your entire hygiene routine with just some few elite products. Inside the Platinum Package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, the Weed Whacker ear, nose, and hair trimmer, the Ultra Premium Body Wash, the Ultra Premium 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, Ultra Premium deodorant, Crop Preserver anti-chafing ball deodorant, the Crop Reviver ball spray toner, the anti-chafing boxers, and the Shed travel bag to hold all those things together while you travel. The Lawnmower 4.0 is a trimmer, and the Weed Whacker ear, nose, and hair trimmer, they both feature proprietary advanced skin-safe technology to protect your delicate parts and holes. You never want your holes to be treated undelicately. Both are waterproof so that you can use them and shave with less mess. In addition to shaving, you can now completely upgrade your shower routine with the Ultra Premium Body Wash and Ultra Premium 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. You have your skin and hair feeling hydrated and smelling fresh. Don't forget to apply their aluminum-free Ultra Premium Body Deodorant. That it's for the cologne quality scent. You know, sometimes you get that deodorant where you put it on and it just smells a little, not generic, but it smells really. It's not great. So you want that cologne quality scent, which is what Manscaped has. Platinum Package 4.0 covers all your bases from head to toe and from ball, hair to. Oh, this is a good. You know what? I always underestimate the Manscaped copywriters. They always do a good job. So let me read it to them again, do them justice. The Platinum Package 4.0 covers all bases, from head to toe and from hair to ball fro. I like that. Ball fro. It reminds me, we're going to have to play City of or Crotch Full of Pubes over this. Get 20% off and free shipping with code LIGHTS at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code LIGHTS. Use the premium package because the gold standard is no longer good enough. All right, thanks to Manscaped, we have the 6 versus the 11. The 6 seed is texting people that you shouldn't be texting. That is high up on the bad drunk behavior list. And that's going up against the number 11 seed, which is the guy that destroys shit when they get home. The guy just has to break shit in his house when he get home. Tommy, start with you.
Yeah, I mean the texting one that's almost like it's just part of drunk. That's almost a little bit fun sometimes. That's just a part of part of drunkenness. breaking shit, that's crazy. I get home, be like, I have to destroy things. That's probably the guy who wanted to get in a fight at a bar and couldn't. So he got home and was like, I have to break my toaster oven or something. So I'll go with the breaker.
Breaker.
So we didn't really have texting when I was in college, but one time it wasn't a thing. So
Writing letters, drunk as fuck.
what I remember, we all went out and got back to the dorm, and I went to the bathroom, and all of a sudden I don't know why, I was hanging on the handicap stall door and like trying to pull it down. I don't know why. The RA came in and he says, "What are you doing?" And the door was like kind of like off one of the hinges. I'm like, I don't know.
Making shit when you're drunk's fun, dude.
And I'm just like, I gotta say that guy, because I was an idiot. Like, I don't even know what I was doing. I was completely like under a hypnosis. So breaking shit when you get home is a weird thing, and I'm glad I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I had a guy in my group that he was like an offensive lineman in our school. He would rip out street signs when he was drunk. It was very cool.
That's awesome.
Very cool to watch. Pat?
What's it up against again?
It's going against the texting people you shouldn't.
I'm going to go with texting people you shouldn't, because I think, like Dana said, there's something fun about just destroying something when
so
you're drunk.
fun.
And there's something funny about it, but there's nothing funny about opening up your phone next morning hungover and being like, what the fuck was I doing? Or you look through and you have like FaceTimes, you tried FaceTiming someone, or the worst is when you see it's like, I talked to them for 11 minutes after 3 canceled calls. So for me, that beats whatever the other one
beats the
was.
break.
Yeah, the breaking
shit.
one.
Yeah.
I think that you have to reckon with shit that because you're saying going home and breaking shit, right? So I feel like you have to reckon with that. If you have to clean up the shit that you broke the night before at your house, like you feel like such a fucking moron. You're like, why did I break this shit last night? Like, why is this all over the fucking place? Whereas I feel like it's kind of funny to be texting people. I feel like anybody you call on the phone or fuck around with, I feel like that's kind of endearing.
Part of the trip.
Yeah, I think so.
It's also your own problem, like you're not that's your own drunk problem. It's not mine.
Not destructive like that. Like, I don't know. I guess I've been out of the dating game a while. I guess if you're thinking of like a girl that you probably wouldn't want to be texting, but
It's usually that. I mean, that was what I was thinking of with the texting people you shouldn't anyway.
just saying that you love an ex.
Yeah, it's like,
Five.
hey, are you out tonight? Ha ha.
What are you doing? And it's 4:30.
Yeah. What are you up to right now? Yeah.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
It's good.
Dana?
I have 2 thoughts on this.
Let's
First,
hear him.
I've graduated. What was that? Why did you do that?
I don't know. That was
I want to hear him.
We want to hear.
I've graduated to when I'm drunk texting my boys like cringy fucking like emotional shit. No, I mean, not that
You're
often.
the I love you guy.
Yeah, sometimes.
No, he's a-
like I sent Nick Terraney in what's it called? In Barstool versus America last summer. I was like, dude, like you're such a good guy. Like I'm so glad I met you on this trip. I woke up the next one, I'm like, that's the cringiest shit
Ugh.
I've ever done. So like I've graduated to doing that, at 30 years old still, and it makes me crawl out of my skin when I read it the next morning. So I guess that's where I'm coming with. But I don't do it anymore. But when I was in high school, I would like jump in bushes and shit and just like and break fences, and it's electrifying,
fences.
dude. But now that I'm older, I'm like, that's fucked up. Like that costs money, and but
so bad.
it was really fun when you
Oh, I did.
break a fence.
Dude, if your boy runs through one of those white fences.
Oh yeah.
It's so
the
fun.
best thing. And I had my friend Jack always, and one time he got warped in it and thrown back
Kicking a
out.
mailbox.
Oh.
Like throwing a keg into drywall or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Just like that's
Just
kind of
so
fun.
I posted a TikTok of me like from like 5 years ago jumping in a bush, which is still too old to be jumping in bushes. And people were like, dude, you're 30. Grow the fuck up. I'm like, but it was fun.
People used to come to me to learn how to kick down mailboxes. I know a sweet spot.
Yeah.
What?
Where's it at?
High
Some
school.
counterterrorism
High
school?
school. We used
I
to
was
do
in
that.
high school. There's a little spot in like the bottom right of the ones that stand up, not metal ones, like those plastic ones.
Yeah.
Right in a second.
Funny bone.
I'm gonna say what's worse is breaking shit. Now that I'm older.
Okay. So, Marty?
Breaking shit. It's so bad. And then I've had people like in college, people came over and they got really fucked up. They just like for no reason just started throwing shit off the balcony. And it's
It's fun to watch as long as you're not
I think that's
associated with it
funny.
at all.
It is.
I think it's like if everyone's drunk, I think it's very funny to just break something.
It
If
is.
there's a lull in a moment of silence.
Then
you just-
usually when it's like if it's not at your apartment though, if it's someone else's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Throwing golf balls at the abandoned house or something. That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I used to throw bean balls all the time. It was the best thing in the world. Like that shit's seeing things explode is funny.
I went to a Cortico once, like in the
Yeah.
Portland Ithaca game,
Mhm.
and we were at someone's house, and they just threw a TV off the balcony, and it was the
Yeah.
coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was
Hilarious.
shattered into a trillion pieces.
But
You're
it is
cheering.
like you are the worst person. Like that's the thing. You are the
Yeah.
worst drunk if you're doing it. It's fun for us.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so breaking shit's gonna move on. Now we have the 3 seed versus the 14. 3 seed is crying or yelling. The drunk crier. No one wants to be around the drunk crier. No one wants to be around the drunk yeller at all. And that is going against 14 seed, which is the guy with really bad stories, and we'll include underneath that the guy who loves to repeat stories. The repeating stories, and especially when they're bad. So Marty, the repeating bad stories guy versus crying and yelling guy.
That's tough.
They're both bad.
They're
Real
both
bad.
bad. Like crying, because crying's funny sometimes.
Crying and yelling to me is a girl in my head.
Sure.
I don't know if that's sexist, but
Is it like yelling, like
That's where I
talking
went.
too loud, or
Yeah,
yelling?
there's some guys that are like scream at bars and like.
I'm
they're-
thinking
kinda
drunk
scream?
girl on a table. Ah, that's what I'm
yeah.
thinking.
Like a
That's
woo.
Yeah.
different than not knowing your own volume. Like if I drink too much, sometimes I'll just start like being way louder than I need to.
Oh yeah,
be.
you do that.
I know it's a really bad. It's a
Yeah.
bad habit. And is
need-
that what we're talking about?
I need to see drunk Clemmer.
It's very interesting.
I need to see it.
Clever, why don't you just get nice and drunk?
Yeah, chug that bad boy. Get some down right before we get to the
I
company
enjoy a
meeting.
nice refreshing drink. I don't need to rush it.
Wait, what was
I'm
the
not like you
what was
savages.
the other one again?
Bad stories guy versus crying.
I'm
yelling.
gonna go bad stories guy. The repeating stories where like sometimes I'm in too nice of a mood where I'm just like fake laughing again,
Oh, yeah.
and that's the worst. But if they do the third time, it's like, dude, you gotta figure it out. You just told a story 6
a
times.
bad story. You know what? And I've actually, Tommy, I've had a memory in my head since we were on the Jersey Shore. I told a bad story at the dinner table.
Haunting you?
It's been haunting me.
What was it?
Because you kept looking at me like smiling, like, but I could tell you didn't give a shit. And I
remember this one. I remember it.
It was, what was it?
Because you were, it was there was another conversation going on. You just like really did not listen to him at all.
I took over and I
didn't listen to
it.
Dave.
Was I
It was
did
probably-
a bad job telling the story.
What? Did I call you out on it?
No, you.
I think I
you were
would've.
nice. You were looking at me
That
like
does not sound like
No,
me.
I could tell in your eyes you were not
I wish
interested.
what was it?
Probably talking shit about someone.
I just remember you not like he was. I think it was another conversation going on. You just could not give a fuck.
Yeah, and if I'm still thinking about it a month later, it's hurting.
Forgive him.
So-
Absolve him.
I'm not going to forgive you until I remember what it is. I might not forgive you depending on how bad it
We're
is.
gonna
Have
know
you
the
ever
story so
had
bad.
like everyone's having so much fun, but the storyteller's telling you the story and it's
Yeah.
so
Yes,
slow,
yes,
you're
you're
like,
stuck with the story.
I just want to go hang out.
Everybody
Everyone
else is having
a
We're all
good
on the
song
side.
comes on and everyone's
Yeah.
dancing. You're like,
I was
fuck.
That is the worst.
You're just stuck.
Yeah, it's like
You guys ever
trying to enjoy some fucking burrata and Dana's telling
You were
the
eating
worst
too. I know that's what it
story of
was.
all
I
time.
fucked up.
Everybody else is having a blast at the other end of the table.
You can get out of it. Just do like to be continued and then
but-
run away.
I remember in the
I
moment.
did
Worst thing I've ever heard in my
I just
whole
remember
life.
so mean.
in the moment, I'm like, Tommy does not give a fuck. He's nodding like he's being a good sport, but it felt bad, so I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with stories.
Bad story.
It goes on like over 4 minutes. I think you can be mean. Like 4 minutes
I'm
is a
gonna think
long
of it.
time.
Especially if it's bad.
4 minutes.
4 minutes is
You
long.
get like
Italian
30
place?
seconds.
No, I'm
the
saying
whole thing.
4 minutes. I'll pull it to be continued thing. That's fair.
That's the. I would be
Just say,
devastated.
I just go, hold on, I gotta go take a piss.
So if,
Hold that thought, but sometimes they hold it and then they just come back.
If Tommy said that to you, would you be more upset and remember that more? If he said, if you were like in the middle of telling the story, and he's like, "To be continued," and he gave you like the hand.
No, Dana would have done that to me. The story
I thought
guy
you were
says
saying-
to be
I thought
continued.
you
No,
said-
no. I do it to the story guy.
That's a wild
Oh,
move.
really?
yeah. If it goes on for like 4 minutes, I'm like, all right, like this is enough. If everyone's having
If
fun,
I know him well enough, I'll be like, wrap it up, dude. Like,
But if Tommy did that to you, how would you remember it more? Would it be worse?
no, I would have respected that.
It's good to know, actually.
Yeah.
it's not a bad play.
I think it's the crier though, because I think that a story guy that could ruin 4, 10, 15 minutes maybe, a crier will ruin a night.
Yeah.
If someone is, and I'm thinking a girl too.
Just pee right here, Danny. You've done it before.
Parting shot.
Got him.
I think that I'm thinking of a girl crying and it just fucking sucking and like everybody having to go check on her and her boyfriend being worried about her and like just everything just starts to, the gravity of that situation completely takes over. Like it's just so stressful for everyone else where it's like, okay, it's a minor inconvenience, but you can abandon the story guy as soon as his shit story's over.
Yeah, exactly. That's a very good point. You are like,
Fire
it's the
brings
night
that
kind of
one
like
down.
gets killed. Like the vibe gets killed by the crying girl.
Yeah, crying girl is.
You don't know, like, do you have to say you're right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, do you
I have to pretend to care.
The thing is, the
Right.
crying girl is usually not my problem. Like, it's usually I could get away with that. The long story guy is my problem sometimes. Like, I'm listening to him. The loud crying girl, I'll just be, all right, whatever. That's like her boyfriend.
I don't pretend to care.
Yeah, like,
at
that's
all.
her boyfriend's
Yeah, no.
problem to deal with.
I
That's
think
not my
these
problem.
these both touch on a lack of self-awareness, which is one of the worst things someone can have when they drink. And I also think you have to pair, like you said, together the loud guy with the crying girl. Like there's a remedy, an easy remedy for both of those. You just walk away, or if it's a friend of yours, you say, "Hey, shut up! You're being too fucking loud."
You're screaming.
Yeah.
The storyteller, it's like, how long do you give them? When do you leave? If it's someone, you can usually pull the bathroom trick. Like I said, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And if it's someone you know, like Tommy said, you can just stare daggers at them until they figure it out. But I think for me, it's probably story guy because I have no problem if someone's being loud, being like, hey, why are you screaming, you drunk fuck? And then that'll calm them down. Or if it's a girl, I wouldn't be talking to a woman anyway, so that's not my problem. So yeah, story guy is way trickier because you want to respect them enough to listen, but you also you don't care.
You raise a good point about the bathroom trick. And I've done that before, but have you
yeah.
ever gone back from the bathroom and they try to resume it?
Yes.
That's when like
You gotta
I
go
would,
to a new group.
yeah, exactly.
Back from the
When you come back from the bathroom, exactly.
I lost you.
Oh, that's when Pat becomes a shot guy.
Yeah.
Not to be
Yeah.
the stories. Why do I want a shot? Shut the
Yeah,
fuck up.
exactly.
Slimmer?
Yeah, I gotta go with the loud because it's me. It's the when it gets too loud. My friends realize you gotta stop screaming. You gotta stop fucking screaming. And it's like, oh, I do that. I don't even know I'm doing it. It's horrible. It's the worst thing I do when I'm drunk.
But that's an easy fix. Like the
I do, but
story is a
I'll-
harder fix.
I'll
He needs
do
to
it
wait till
again.
someone tells him, and if you're not with like your friends, they're not gonna like go out of their way to be like, "Hey, stop screaming." You know?
Right. Luckily now I don't go out without I wouldn't go out
With-
I'm
Associates.
yeah, like either my wife or my friends I'm going out with. So everyone would tell me, "Shut the fuck up! You're screaming. You sound like a moron." I'm like, "Oh, I am." But I hate that about myself, so I got to pick that.
All right, Tommy.
I'm going with the story guy. The loud guy or the crier, hopefully it's not your problem. And also, like, the loud guy, if it's at a bar, it's not really the end of the world. But, like, if someone's... Yeah, it's like if everyone else is having so much fun and you're just cornered right there with the story guy killer. And you know he means well. He's just trying to tell a story at the Jersey Shore dinner table. But you just got to smile along and just hope it wraps up sooner rather than later.
I want to know what the story was.
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Who are you talking shit about?
It was.
There's no way it was talking shit because I would have been
large
more
group of
invested.
people. I was talking to the entire group, and I kept looking.
Maybe
at them.
Tommy actually cared then. Maybe you were the whole.
maybe
You
I
were
was the
holding.
only one
I
holding
knew
court.
I was doing an awful job in the moment, and I was just like, I gotta end this as soon as I can.
Stories
But
are hard as fuck, dude.
They are, dude.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
We're usually pretty good at them, but sometimes when you realize it,
When there's a large group, I panic.
yeah,
I
badly.
got to do a good job, and then I don't. You know.
I think the bigger the group, the quicker I try to make the story. Like I'll omit things that would make the story funnier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'll just try to get rushed to the end.
I try not to do stories.
Yeah.
I usually just make fun of somebody. That's easier.
Stories is hard as fuck.
Story has to be like a banger at
Yeah.
dinner. If it's
You have to
gotta
have
be
gone
like-
through it in your head and like know what you're gonna say,
Yeah, like
like
a
how
full
it's gonna
routine.
end.
Worked out the timing.
And it can't be a you got to be there thing.
No,
Yeah.
and it's a tough thing to consider until like you're like maybe a sentence in and you're like, oh fuck, this is
Yeah.
you know quick. if
Yeah.
it's hitting or not.
Fuck.
you know, right away.
Fuck.
7 versus the 10 seed. The 7 seed is the too horny guy. The guy that gets really horny the drunker he gets, and he's complaining about this fucking ratio stinks. We got to go to places with some chicks. That's where, dude. And that's going up against the coke guy, or we could just say the drugs guy. But the guy who needs when he starts drinking, he's like, "Yeah, you guys want to do lines? You want to do coke? Want to do this? Want to do that? Want to do this?" The forcing. He's like the forcing shots guy, but drugs basically. So we'll start with you, Tommy. Drugs guy versus the too horny guy.
This is hard. I feel like the drugs guy is a cousin of the shots guy. But I to me, like when someone asks me to do drugs, I just say no. I haven't ran into many persistent drug guys. I feel like the drug guys are less persistent than the shot guys, maybe, because it's like, all right, he just doesn't do that. I'll move on. The horny guy, I mean, hell, I'll get a little horny when I'm drunk, but never enough to derail a night.
You don't put it on people?
Yeah, like, or it's like, we got to go to, like I'll never be the guy that's like, there's not enough pussy here. We got to go to the next bar. Like that, the guy whose only pursuit of the night is to get laid, I think is probably more annoying.
Girls here are too short.
Yeah,
I mean, it's 6 foot minimum.
You are annoying about that stuff. Like being single, like when you go out, you are very like.
I want to fuck.
No,
He's
but I'm
horny.
saying that you're not like annoying about it.
Yeah.
If it
Oh.
happens, it happens. But it doesn't. I know what you're talking about. Like the guy that's.
Yeah.
Who wants to be horny with his boys? Why would you want someone else to be horny with you? You
Yeah.
can't just be horny on your
Yeah, no, like at the end, like
it's a
it's like,
personal thing.
if I'm going out with my friends, it's like if I don't go home with a girl, at least I'm having a fun night with friends.
Yes.
You know? Like that's the fallback plan. And sometimes, a lot of times, that's more fun than having sex.
I think 99% of the
Yeah.
time it's better. So you're gonna go with the
Too horny guy. I
too
guess.
horny guy, Clemmer.
Oh, the two horny guys exhausting. It just never ends the whole night. And it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. And especially when you get older, like people like sort of get married and you got the one guy like, it's like, I don't know, man. I'm like, we're not here for this. We're just here just to talk about, complain about work or whatever it is. We're not here to, so you get your dick wet. So it's definitely the horny guy. It sucks.
I really hated hearing you say that.
You talking sexual stuff?
Can we bleep that?
Yeah, let's cut that.
I was having sex since before a lot of you were born.
There we go.
on.
Talk to him. I would say the drug guy, depending on the drugs, can be a pleasant surprise, depending on the time of the night. The horny, because there's an upside to it. The horny guy is you don't benefit from that at all. It's weird. It's awkward. I don't want to hear about you having sex or looking for girls or whatever. Horny guy is much, much worse.
Horny guy?
It's terrible to be a slave to someone else's horniness too. Like they're trying to have you wingman and like spend time talking to someone you don't want to talk to because they're horny. Following around someone else's dick is just awful. And a drug guy, like that's kind of awesome.
Great point.
Kind of awesome. Doing a bunch
That's
of drugs
sick.
with people. Yeah, that's kind of.
Let's go. Where you at?
I think one of the bad things with the horny guy too is like when everyone wants to go to a new location and he's like, I'm talking to this girl. I don't want to leave yet. And
Let's stay. Let's all stay. Like,
Talking to this
all of
pig
us.
at the end of the bar. Can we hang
What the
around?
hell?
Dana,
I'm out on the horny guy.
very out on the horny guy.
I'm out on the horny guy.
Like you're a little horny.
I mean, I'm not really.
No, he's actually.
I'm really opposite of horny.
He
I'm like, I
really-
just want to get fucked up with the boys.
Yeah,
That's all I wanna
I'll
do.
Stand up from there. He's not a horny guy. Yeah, when he's out.
I guess that's more of a Twitter persona thing. I guess.
Yeah, he.
Well, back in the day when I wasn't in a fantastic relationship, I would just say I'm back when any girl would make eye contact with me.
They
That
would,
was
yeah.
it was a good persona.
Dana-
But I wouldn't talk to them. I would just say, hey,
Eye contact
Just
was
piss
your
on him.
sex.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dana's he's an Irish Exeter. Like I'll go to a bar with him
All the
just,
time.
just him and me, and
The
like
best.
he goes to the bathroom and he's gone. And
You
it
can't
happened
do that.
I
Can't
was-
do that.
One on
Just
Yeah,
when have you and
one Irish
I? When have
Long
you
Island.
and I gone
Island.
to a bar
Yeah, I
together?
found you in my garbage can.
We were with your friends. We were with your friends.
Were we?
Yes.
I don't know.
Your scumbag Long Island friends. Yeah. Yeah, they're fucking.
Wait, you found him in your garbage can?
Yeah, I came home and he was laying next to the garbage can. You remember that?
Like an outdoor or indoor?
outdoor. I didn't have the key. I Irish exited.
You can't do that one-on-one. Like if you're
It was not one on one.
So funny. A one-on-one Irish exit. So funny. Leaving like you're just your friend.
I did not do that.
Branding.
You had your Marcus Stroman's manager was there, so
like
you were hanging out with him.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Yep.
the meanest thing I've ever heard. A one-on-one Irish like this.
That's so
Well, it was
good.
more. I guess I was thinking more like we were going home together.
Yes, we were. Irish exited the ride home.
You know who are both excellent Irish exiters is both Nick and KB. Like you'll blink and they're gone.
Yeah.
At
Oh,
a
yeah,
certain
yeah.
function or something.
No, you'll see him leave.
Well, I know.
He'll be
I know when I should not be in public, and I will get an Uber. I just know.
I respect that.
I
Yeah.
feel guilty if I don't say goodbye.
I do.
Oh fuck that! I'd never feel
I'm
guilty.
gonna try to become an Irish exeter. Going
It's way better.
I just feel shit. I know no one cares about myself. Like you know what I mean? It's an internal thing. I get all that, but I just feel bad.
Depends
I think
how
if you're
many
at
people are there.
somebody's like function, you just have to say goodbye to them.
Yes.
Like say like thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're at a bar, I guess I'm gonna try to be more of an Irish exiter.
And so I'm assuming, Marty, you're going to go with the horny guy as well.
Worst.
Horny guy's going to move on. Last matchup, we have the number 2 seed, the Puker. The Puker is never a fun time. It's and that's going up against the number 15 seed, the Stealer. The guy likes to steal shit.
Oh,
They're
That
really
can be
drunk.
funny. That can be funny.
Can be funny, yeah. Just
John
like,
Mulaney has a
I
great
maybe
bit about this.
it's like the Breaker. The
Some
Breaker.
silverware, a reserved sign for the restaurant.
Oh,
yeah.
I like that.
Guy stole
20-minute bit.
family photos, right? That was the guy's
Yeah.
thing. He would
That's
steal
what I used to do too at house
What?
parties. Yeah, I was
thought
gonna
that was-
say that.
a crazy bit at the time.
No, I used to do that. Me and my friend would steal it when you go to a house party. Steal their family portraits.
That's the John Mulaney bit.
yeah.
I never watched John Mulaney, but I used to do that.
And it was the whole the punchline is it's the one thing you can't replace.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't my punchline. I thought it was funny. I don't know why you. I don't know.
Well, it's literally like it's like one of the worst. It's like a horrible. He's telling a story about a horrible person. Doing that is so mean and cruel and
Why
unnecessary.
though? It's kind of like you wake up and it just sees your boy's mom and dad and his and like the cousins.
Did you ever return it?
No, because then it would be me.
What would you
know?
do?
It's me.
What do you do with all these pictures now?
Throw 'em out. I
Beat off to him.
Meanest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it was
Horrible.
Yeah, it was
Throw out heirlooms when you're drunk.
How would you feel? You and Rhea are gonna get married. You have nice wedding pictures, and 15 years from now, some kid steals them at a house party. You're gonna be sad.
I think you just reprint them.
Well, you got to digitize.
Oh, there's
now.
some. Well, yeah, digital.
Take like
Different world,
take
though.
a photo from like the
I'm
70s.
not taking like the big ass.
Summer's talking about a painted family portrait from the 1700s.
I know from Sears.
Where's Van Gogh going to be back
Can't
in
go back
town?
to Sears.
So, Marty, you go first.
Um,
The Puker versus the Stealer.
I'm gonna go Steeler. Steeler now because it's like I get nervous. I used to steal taxis.
Medallions.
$100,000.
I had about 40 to 42. I forget if it was 40 or 42 headrests.
Not
My
41.
college-
Oh, that's
How did you
brutal.
steal?
That's just like that's like a thief.
Me and my
You're a
roommate,
criminal.
Sean would take the head seat. The head.
Why would you steal that? How?
Why did they not?
That's funny. Huh? That's funny.
You mean like Ubers?
That's hilarious.
Oh, it was taxis.
Like New York City taxis? How the
It
fuck
was
you even
in
get that?
college. So
just
it was
rip
like,
it off, right?
And you just rip it up, and then you walk out, and it's just sticking out of your shit.
I like that. I might start doing that.
Not now.
Oh, don't do that. And Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, it was funny back
kidding.
then.
How'd you get away with it?
I
Like you just passenger seat, you're chatting that
How
guy
do you not
up?
hear that?
I don't know. It was
loud ass-
like college taxis.
You're looking at the road.
like
You're not
8 or
looking-
10 people in that. You're
Not
fitting
looking back
everyone you
there.
can get.
What do
in
you
there.
do with the headrest when you have like what? Like when you
It
use
was
a
all
car?
under my bed in college.
That's hard. You're horrible.
Yeah.
That's funny.
The family photo thing's a real scumbag move. That is a real piece of shit move. Yeah. You should feel really bad.
Summer's
about that.
personally
Why
offended.
would I
Adam
feel
Klein.
bad about that?
Because
Stole
it's a
from you.
horrible thing to do.
It's really not. Just print it again. Go to CBS the next day.
What if they can't?
Isn't it- they're all-
$2?
They're all
No,
digitized.
what if it
It's
doesn't
the-
exist?
They don't have that right.
What if it doesn't exist? What if it's like a photo from like
don't
a
know.
family photo?
I really feel bad.
You're gonna all right.
Oh my God, Clemmer's going to murder you.
Invite Clemmer over
What's
here.
what
Get him a
did you do
cocktail.
bad, Clemmer?
I want to go into a
Get him
time
on, Ron.
machine and I want to see him 20 years from now and someone's gonna do to him. He's gonna be furious. He's gonna be so
Again, the
mad.
digitization of all
Really
this
not
Clemmer.
that hard to. Yeah, I'm not like stealing like something expensive.
The portraits is fucked up. Come on, Marty. Even I can say that.
Portraits?
You can't steal people's portraits.
Portrait.
Family portraits.
He said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
I don't know what you guys.
I mean, when I was in high school, I would.
going on?
We did this fucked up shit. Like
Yeah.
we stole like for sale signs.
Yeah.
We stole someone's guitar once. That was bad.
That's way worse than a family picture. That's literally worse.
But we were
Those are
14,
expensive.
15 years old.
Exactly, I am too. I'm not
I
saying
stole
I
my
did it
friend's
yesterday.
mom's dildo once.
I think we brought the guitar back though. But the portrait, it's like that's sentimental value.
Yeah.
Guitar's
It's like a
not.
personal attack. That's weird, man. I'm just saying. It's,
What have you done, Clemmer? You fucking freak. What have you done that's been probably questionable?
Tell him off,
say it.
Clever. He don't
The
know.
worst I ever did drunk was we were playing Beirut or beer pong, and I
Roots?
I lost.
Oh my
Oh
god!
no, it's a Massachusetts thing.
Yeah,
We
he was
call it
living in
Beirut.
Beirut. That's where the Levant was, and Jesus Christ was bros.
That's what they call it in Massachusetts.
Hath risen.
Yeah.
And my buddy's girlfriend was there, and she invited friends from work, and these people were like in their 50s, and they were just kind of hanging out and like just kind of like it was before they were just having a nice time. They were dressed nice. They were probably gonna go to dinner after this, and I was so mad I lost. I threw up, like I picked up, like it was on a plywood floor, and I just tipped the whole table, and I started screaming "motherfucker," and got all over the woman in her like nice dress. I felt so. I hand wrote a letter of apology the next day. I felt
sent it by pigeon.
bad.
That's way worse than
It was horrible. I felt horrible about it. I felt like really bad. Like I felt bad. I remember the dad the husband wanted to beat the shit out of me, but like
How old were you?
21, 20. Oh, I was 23. And like I could tell the dad like wanted to, but the husband wanted to beat the shit out of me, but he didn't, and like I felt so bad. Oh,
See, I'm 16, 17 doing
Yeah.
this. You were 23.
23. I was living in Florida. Yeah,
You were in Florida at the time.
yeah. I lived in Florida for 2 years.
That was right.
True Clemmerheads know that.
That's facts.
True Clemmerheads know that.
Yeah, that's
Not
right.
even
Yeah.
cap either.
All right, so one for stealing.
What's the other one? Puking.
Puking.
I got a story about that. So when I was in,
Oh, no.
I was 20. I'm not a puke guy. I'm a puke the next day guy. But when I was probably 20, someone handed me a full red cup of tequila, and I just down the hatch, stupid, automatically projectile vomited. I'm in this kid's room who I'm like kind of friends with. All over his like childhood trophies and fucking pictures and his entire wall, and he wasn't in the room, so I was like, "Oh fuck, what do I do?" I started wiping the deodorant on the wall to make it smell. Better.
What?
Stick.
I thought you were going to
Stick
say
of
you're wiping
deodorant?
it off.
Yeah, like a
the
paper
literal-
towel.
Oh, I had paper towels, and then to make it smell better in the room, I put deodorant on the wall.
That's good.
Pure white.
And then the next day, he was like, "What the fuck?" And I just went over. I just came back and I cleaned up even better the next day. That was an awful experience all around. So fuck, I don't like the puking guy.
I don't think the puking guy, it depends on if you're a controlled puker, I'm okay with you because I'm a controlled puker.
You can find the toilet.
You can find an alley, find something where it's like, if that guy, you do so.
No, but that's a one-time experience.
Yeah.
Other than that, if I don't puke anymore, but if back in the day, I would find a toilet, I'd find an alley, I'd find a controlled spot.
Yeah.
But the people that just puke and like leave it on the ground,
They're at
worst.
the bar. They throw up at the bar. They're like, they're doing something with their friends.
Remember where you did that?
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
He's
I
like,
did that less than
That's supposed
3
to be just
months
a little,
ago.
a little inside joke for us boys here.
Oh.
But no, it's-
I didn't. I thought you were.
No,
I
it's
thought you
okay.
forgot.
no, I almost did.
Rone.
I think that the puke guy is worse because that's for me a night ender for sure. And I think stealing things like I could think of 3 things that I've stolen. A ceramic bird. I thought that was funny. There was a bar that just has like a bunch of like stupid plaques on it with like kitschy sayings. Took one of those. Thought that was funny. And like a cool glass from a bar. Like things like that I think are
The Ben's painting.
Buddha Ben's painting.
Ben's painting, yeah.
Which I did.
stole a Buddha once.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad. That's
Awful
From a terrible karma. Holy
like a stone Buddha.
This all makes
Blames
sense now.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm a piece of shit.
You're gonna come back as an insect.
like this guy kind of looks like me.
I think I put it back eventually, but
So you like the stealing?
I don't think it's that bad. Like I stole a figurine of like Jesus giving somebody a handoff from Deion Sanders' garage, and like I think it was sitting in his garage. It was like it's just like useless ceramics. Those are funny to steal.
I think the worst thing I stole was I stole a cup full of matches from a bar. Like it was a matchbooks. Like they had like
They're giving those away ananyway.
yeah, and I was just put it in.
That's fine.
Well, and now
Yeah.
I've still been using them for like a year for lighting candles. So
They're using them.
exactly. So Pat.
Stealing is funny, objectively, depending on who you're stealing it from. I think puking is worse because it doesn't end with the puke. There's the cleanup. You have to help the person if you like them. There's always aftermath to puking. So I'm going to go puking is much worse.
Puking.
I feel like there's always drama surrounding the puking too. Like,
Yeah.
especially if it's like a girl throws up. Even if she goes throw up in the toilet, then all of her friends like have to rally around. Oh, Jennifer's throwing up. It's like a
Usually start crying too after.
yeah. It's always a lot going on. Where other than Marty, everyone's stories about being a thief is normal and fine.
Dana stole a guitar.
no.
And brought it back.
We brought it back.
What is you so protected of these pictures?
It's family. What if there's
Matt,
someone dead in the picture?
Yeah, exactly.
And I know they're not dead. I saw them. They were at the party. I saw everyone at the party. Imagine
You saw when you
waking
went
up.
home too next to your bed.
Waking everyone wakes up. All the boys are over. It's like, oh, look at them, the family. That's funny.
There's no payoff for this for you, really, though.
No, there's no payoff for nothing. It's all to get a
Everyone
laugh.
does dumb shit when they're in high school, but
Yeah.
it never stole.
Marty goes a step
Yeah,
beyond.
you just flipped the table when you were 23 years old at a lady.
I felt horrible. I see, but here's the difference, though. I felt so bad the next day. I wrote a letter of apology. I still feel bad to this day. You don't feel bad at all for what you did. You think it's funny.
Don't.
Yeah, that's why you're an evil prick, and that's why I will say throwing up is worse.
Throwing up is worse.
I agree. What Marty did was bad, but Clemmer getting so mad about it, starting.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Yeah, it's literally weird.
Stealing is worse, though. That being said, the puker. I mean, yeah, if it's my apartment, then I'm going to choose that. If someone pukes in my fucking apartment, for the most part, someone pukes at the bar, not my problem. But the stealing is. I don't like stealing.
Not a stealer?
No, I like my belongings to be mine.
Fair enough. All right, so Puker's going to move on. Before we get into our playoffs, let's hear from Dave.com. All right, let's talk about Dave.com. If you're living paycheck to paycheck or struggling to make ends meet, it can be really stressful when the unexpected expenses come up, as they always do. With Dave, you can get your money sooner, so without worrying about how much money you're going to have to get through the week, which always would suck if you get in one of those bad situations. Dave is the banking app that could help you get up to $500 instantly with extra cash. With Dave, there's no interest, late fees, or credit check. That's more money to fill your tank, get your car repaired, catch up on bills, and all that without having to wait for your next paycheck. You can finally tackle those expenses that have been stressing you out because everyone's got some of those. Millions of people have already downloaded the Dave app to get the financial relief that they need with extra cash. So if you're in a pinch, you need some extra help, download Dave and think of it as a helping hand from the future you. Download the Dave app from the App Store right now or go to dave.com/LCB. That's dave.com/LCB. Sign up for an extra cash account and get up to $500 instantly. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Instant transfer fees apply. Banking services provided by Devolve Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. All right, thanks to Dave. All right, first matchup.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, always shout out to Dave.
Yeah.
All right, now we have the touchy guys versus the heckler. Tommy.
I'll go with the heckler. I mean, it's the heckler to me is maybe the worst one on here. It's just so rare to like encounter that. I mean, unless you're a stand-up comedian, I guess. But that's just the touchy guy. He means well. The heckler's more of an asshole, unless he's fuck.
Why did you even say that?
Reed Clockett. Unreal.
Oh, just touchy guy. Or sorry, whatever. Heckler.
Clemmer.
I'm gonna go with the touchy guy. The heckler is just like you said, it's just so rare. This is, I think, I've gone to the Comedy Cellar a bunch of times. I've done improv a bunch. I've never really encountered this person too much. So I'm gonna go with touchy guy.
Touchy guy.
Same, touchy guy.
Touchy guys, no good.
I think the heckler is way worse. Hecklers are, it's just such a self-importance. Like there's not a lot of malice involved with touching somebody. It's probably a good intent with heckling. It's just like it's impossible. Like trying to have a conversation or go back and forth even is inexcusable.
Mm-hmm. That's what I like with like you ever see like just through TikTok or whatever, like heckler threads of like hecklers just getting destroyed by a comic.
Yes,
That's
me
what
very
makes
happy.
the
That's
hecklers
funny.
worse though, because then they want to be the people on those videos.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I didn't
That's
think
the
about
one
that.
thing, like the Matt Rife guy.
Yeah,
Everyone like wants to be hecklers. At
destroyed
those.
by
They
him?
Destroyed him. Yeah, it's like, oh, that's me.
yeah. All right.
even if someone talks to you crowd work wise, like just need to know, like give them as little as possible and shut the fuck up. Like even if they bring you up, it's not your show.
Exactly. Dana.
Hecklers. I mean, I've seen. Yeah, I know Bill Burr did it once to someone, and it was like just like he murdered them verbally. And it was just it was awesome to watch, and I hate people that do that. So heckler.
Ron, did you know with bananas, if you put the plastic over the top of where they're all connected, you know where they're all connected in the
Yes.
no brown.
I've heard about that.
What the fuck?
What do you mean? I don't understand. Put plastic?
Like you put, when you get bananas in the plastic bag.
Yeah.
So you take the bananas out and then wrap the bananas over all the tops of the bananas, and it stays
Like keeps
fresh.
the root thing moist or
The
something.
fuck?
And then it keeps them from going brown. I've seen that too. Yeah. Mush. Heckler or touchy guy.
I'm gonna go heckler. I don't like people that make everything about themselves.
Mm-hmm. Heckler's going to move on. Now we have the fighter versus the forcing shot guy. Ooh, I like this one a lot. It's a good matchup.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm going fighter. I have cut down every friend of mine that was a fighter, and
Like you beat them up.
they are not. I don't go out with them anymore because I don't like. There's too much going on, and shot guy, like Pat said, sometimes he's needed. Sometimes the group's a bunch of like just slowly drinking. It's like, let's ramp it up a little bit. Sometimes it could be fun, but I'm going fighter.
I think the worst variation of that is the one that he's not part of your friend group. He's a friend of the friend group. That guy being the shot guy is the worst.
Who always is the shot guy. It's never in your friend group. It's always
He's trying to make a name for himself.
auxiliary.
Yeah. You're literally, yes, that is it. Dana.
Fighter.
Fighter for sure.
Hate it.
I feel like you'd be like a breaker-upper, right? Of fights.
I just never get involved. It pisses me off when I see it, and I'm just like, I don't want to be here. You know.
Rone?
Fighter is a big problem. The shot guy is a small problem. I think it's fighter.
Fighter.
I agree. Fighter.
It's a 3-0. This guy's crushing.
Yeah, fighter. Fighter is a long problem too, and the shots guy, it's a temporary thing.
Yep, fighter.
Fighter.
So it's going to be fighter to get into the finals. The fighter versus the heckler. Tommy.
I'm gonna go with the heckler. I think that it's just more the fighter could have good intentions. His woman could have got groped at a bar and he had to step in, hypothetically speaking.
I was waiting for how long it would take you to.
I can't believe it took that long.
I was waiting for it.
I didn't want to make it about myself, as the heckler would. You know, the fighter could have a good intention, but like to me, like that's not obviously that's not even the version of the fighter we're talking about. We're talking about the guy who's fighting a guy for bumping into him by accident. The heckler though is still worse. I just think it's just so it's more disrespectful, and I really don't tolerate disrespect.
As we know,
I've never been a guy to tolerate disrespect. So I'll go with that.
I think when we did the bracket of like coolest moves, isn't that one of the things we talked about? Like, it would be the coolest thing to like win a fight you didn't start.
Yeah.
We included that under the banner of like a woman being involved or whatever. Yeah, damn, it'd be cool. Glimmer.
Fighter is the worst.
Fighter's the worst.
I agree. Fighter.
Fighter 2-1.
I'm going to go heckler because after a fight, there is usually a good story. And like there's like a silver lining where the next day you might laugh about it a little bit more, where like there is no good that can come of the heckler. It's never going to be funny. It's never going to be positive. It's never going to be redeeming.
Dana.
Fighter.
Fighter for sure.
Yep.
Ooh, we're 3-2 in favor of the fighter.
Ron, you give me you say things, and I'm like, ooh.
You know?
Good.
You know?
Because also, I'm thinking about being at the table, because usually comedy clubs are at a table with the people.
Yeah.
If you're with the heckler,
Oh my God. You want to crawl out of your skin.
I'd rather be
I
with
might
the
change
fighter.
my vote.
I'd rather be with the fighter.
I would never associate with that. I think the heckler you can see
You don't
a mile
know
away.
though. You don't. Sometimes people get drunk and you don't.
Yeah.
Maybe the
Heckler
first
could be
time
a
you're
shot
with them.
guy.
The heckler is so. I
I'm
think you have to
going
be a special kind of person to be a heckler.
Ron swayed me with the heckler,
And-
because sometimes there is funny fight stories.
Yeah. Anyone else swaying their vote swayed?
I was on heckler already.
Yeah,
What is it right now? 3-3?
3-3. Reed.
Let's give it to Reed.
I was gonna say fighter, then Marty swayed me there, so I'm going heckler.
Let's go, Marty.
Oh, what a sway!
Him getting swayed by Rone. It was a sway reaction.
That was a
Yeah,
sway.
domino effect. All right, so the heckler is going to move through. The loser of that last one, the fighter, number 1 seed was Danis. You're the first one to submit fighter, so
I was the only one.
you're the first one. So whoever submits
wait.
the first is the one who gets
That
it.
won the whole bracket.
No, that was the first.
lost.
Oh,
he
Saying
said
lost.
fighter.
No, he
Said
said
heckler.
heckler.
Oh fuck. Come on, Reed.
We were just letting you know you lost.
Sorry, Dan.
I was just telling you that you lost. That was the.
Oh shit. All right.
All right, before we get to the other side, let's hear from our last sponsor of the day, Babbel. All right, let's talk about Babbel. The best way to learn a language is through immersion, living where the language is spoken natively and using it every day, but that's not possible for everyone. It's expensive. So, what is the second best way to learn a language? Babbel, because with Babbel, you can start speaking a new language in just 3 weeks. This summer, you can start speaking a new language with Babbel. And why? Because it works. Instead of paying hundreds of dollars for a private tutor or fooling yourself with language apps that are little more than games, Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons are designed by over 150 language experts to help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. Babbel is designed by real people for real conversations. All of Babbel's tips and tools for learning a new language are approachable, accessible, rooted in real-life situations, and delivered with conversation-based teaching. Babbel's wide range of learning experiences, ranging from casual to intense, mean that there's always a way to fit in a Babbel session, from self-study app lessons to podcasts to live classes. Here is a special limited time deal for all of our listeners if you get started right now. Get 55% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners, at babbel.com/lights. Get 55% off at babbel.com/lights. Spelled BABBEL.com/lights. Rules and restrictions may apply. All right, thanks to Babbel. Okay, story guy versus break shit guy. Marty.
Break shit guy. Break shit guy really gets me. I really don't like it.
You steal shit. That was worse.
When I was 16, there's still people that like punch holes in the walls and then like it's still there waiting for you to fix it.
Yeah, I was sober though.
I know that was sober. Yeah, just like because I guess you just realize how much it's a pain in the ass the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Story guy, you talk shit about him later in the night anyway, Dana.
It's healthy.
Yeah.
One for the break shit guy, Dana.
Story guy. It's story guy for me. I'm just thinking of people that are so long-winded and they're like spitting in your face and just, I don't know. I'm out on story guy.
Is that what you were doing too, Tommy?
That's self-hatred right there.
I still haven't thought of what it is.
Yeah, I really wish I mean, it was so forgettable that I'll never remember it.
Sounds like quite a story.
Yeah.
Rone.
I'm such a bad person that I'll like encourage the bad story guy and like ask him leading questions so he tells more of his bad story so I can tolerate him a little bit better. I think it's the breaking shit guy that gives me a little more
I
anxiety.
feel like you've done that to me before.
You're telling a terrible story
Yes.
and I like get on my head.
What?
That sounds very familiar.
You'll go home from like, man, me and Rone really hit it off today.
Exactly.
Such an inquisitive guy.
Really cared.
Pat,
Story guy's worse.
you think so? Are you a break shit guy?
I just think breaking shit can be funny. Like
Yeah.
there's never anything funny about a bad story. It just it just takes too much time and ruins your night.
So the older you get, the more break shit guy goes away, and the more story guy multiplies. And eventually, you're left with like a bunch of story guys, like in their 40s and 50s. And so, as I get older, the story guy becomes more and more.
People stop experiencing things and only have their stories,
Story, yeah.
their
Yeah,
own
and
stories to tell.
and it's just painful. And I know the rest of my life, it's going to be more and more story guys, and it's kind of depressing. It's a story guy.
Every
Story
time
guy.
you talk, you start off with "as I get older."
Well, it's weird being like.
Say you're old all the time.
Well, I
Relatively speaking.
it's strange to come someplace and be the like oldest person. It's very weird.
Clemmer, you one time tried to claim that people only think you're old because of me. Meanwhile, you look how you look, and also you always
that
talk
old.
about
I don't
being
look
old.
that. I look old compared to you guys. You guys are all young. I don't look old in the scheme
You
of
said
the
one
world.
time you could pass for your early 30s.
I
did
said
say
I
that.
hope. I said
I believe
hope.
that. I believe that.
You think this guy could pass for 31?
Or no,
I would've
think,
said
like, you could pass for
35.
like 35. Yeah,
34.
Wearing a
That's not
shawl.
early. That's not early 30s.
Wearing a shawl because it's cold in the office.
I'm wearing
That's
a
old.
hoodie. You fuck. A shawl. You know what a shawl is?
That's a shawl.
yeah. shawl. No, it's
My mom wears
it's
a
very
shawl.
strange being somewhere when I'm used to being either the youngest person around or like middle of the pack, and to come here and be by far the in a lot of ways the oldest
You
is
second
weird.
oldest?
Well, I mean Frank's
Frank's
older than
older
me,
than you.
and Large is here. Large is older than I am. Yeah, and then but like there's not many. Brandon's gone, in the office every day, so I am one of the. And some people I'm twice as old as. It's very strange.
Yeah, Rhea was born when you graduated high school.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like a whole different life experience. But I enjoy it. It's actually a lot of fun. Like I do genuinely enjoy this new role in my life. It's very bizarre and weird. It's
convincing
We're
yourself.
getting emotional guy over here. Emotional, Clemmer.
fun. No, I'm saying it's
Emotional
fun.
guy?
It's fun. I don't like
I
dealing
love
with
you, guy.
I don't like dealing with Tommy on a daily basis. But other than that, the job's very enjoyable.
Tommy, story guy versus break shit guy.
Story guy. Break shit guy, most of the time I'm not affected by. Story guy, just annoying.
Mm-hmm. So now we have. Fucking Dana.
I didn't even remember it until I brought it up.
You'll never forget it now.
I'll never forget.
The puker versus the too horny guy, Tommy.
Oh, I know what it was. Can't say it on the way.
Oh, you should, yeah, you can hint around it. Hint around
It's
it.
about somebody that thinks they work at Barstool, but
I already think I know who it is.
I don't think I hated that.
no, I
What's
did
his
a
name?
poor job.
Yeah, you might have. You might have.
We'll talk off
Is
air.
it Guns?
You could
Show?
probably say that on air. Who gives a
It's not Gun Show.
Jesus.
Gun Show is a throwback, though.
Yeah. So Tommy puker versus too horny guy.
I guess puker. It's grosser. It's not their fault. Being horny is not their fault either. So I'll go puker.
Kind of natural.
I think you can control how you react to the horniness. So I'm going to say horny guy.
Horny guy.
I think also, like, what it's not on here, but the overzealous wingman or wingwoman is quite annoying. Where, like, if you're single and there's someone's like, we got to get you laid tonight. Like, let's get you laid tonight. It's like, I'll be fine if I don't. Like, and their mission of the night is like, I got to be his wingman or wingwoman. Is quite annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going horny guy. It affects other people. Puking is like, it can be funny. I don't think there's anything funny about just being horny and annoying at the bar.
Oh, I just remembered, Dad, you puked that one time.
I didn't, right? But I puked in a trash can. And
did
it
puke
was
in a
because of a Zin, not a drink.
Well,
That was
that's right.
Objectively very funny.
It was hysterical.
What did I do? I really ran to the trash. I threw up.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, like you, Tom, you're such a pussy, like for spitting when you have a.
Well, you were spitting all over the street like a disgusting
I
animal.
was spitting normally like a Zen.
It
And
was
Clever was like,
weird.
let me try a Zen. He put
I'll
it
try
in
one.
for like 5 minutes.
Oh, not
no
even.
issues. He's like, oh, this is nothing. And then all of a sudden he just goes, what? And runs to a corner in the garbage in the corner and just
Yeah.
throws up all
That
over
happened.
the place.
Not a good moment. Very sad. It was a tungsten meeting too.
It was a tungsten meeting. It
Was that
pretty-
your first ever smokeless tobacco?
At first, yes, in my life. And
That
in the
happened to me
last-
too, but I was
It
like
happens to everyone.
13.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
No,
choose
I'm
that,
just
but we
saying.
didn't have
I'm
Zin-
with
and
you. I'm with you on
Yeah, but you
that.
probably weren't bragging about how you would never throw
No,
up.
I did.
I didn't think. Well, I don't throw up very
At
much.
43.
I don't throw up very often. I was shocked that I threw up. I think I've thrown up maybe like 10 times my whole life. So I was shocked that I threw up from that.
That feels almost impossible.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't throw
Once
up.
every 100 years.
They'll never get old.
I mean, there's that time in the Black Plague. Yeah, that got me.
I think that the thrower upper guy is worse because there is a little bit of a silver lining to a horny guy where like they can sometimes lead you to fun places or surround you with fun people. So that could be a good thing about it. I don't think there's anything positive about the thrower upper guy.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
I agree. I will vote for throw up guy.
The puker is 3-2 ahead of the too horny guy.
Horny guy. He's usually a strip club guy,
Oh, I hate strip club guy.
and that's I'm just like, what do
He
you?
was walking down the corner.
we were all thinking it. We were all around the corner.
He's actually not a strip club guy, allegedly,
no.
right?
Which is the
Oh,
most
he
stunning
just
thing.
knows every.
Well, we're talking
He
horny.
knows every strip club
He has
on
a
the
list.
East Coast. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
I went to Magic City with Glennie in Atlanta in
How was it?
2018 with him and Willie Colon.
How
It was bizarre.
How are the wings?
They were great. We got a king's platter. Anyway, that was a bad story.
Reed, 3-3. Too horny versus the puker.
I'm real too horny. I'm good at like personal experience. Like when I have to puke, I just go outside and come back in. Don't really like make a big scene out of it. But horny guy can ruin a night. I think if it's the one guy in your friend group.
With Reed, I don't burp, so all the bubbles are here, and I need to release, and I just release it, and I come back in. You won't even know I throw up though.
Too horny.
Oh, I tell nobody.
Yeah.
Too horny versus the story guy. Mush.
I'm on too horny guy. I find bad stories fun.
You're going. Sorry, too horny guy.
Bad
Yeah.
story.
Bad story guy.
I think that's my winner.
Sure.
It really hurting you.
Bad stories. I think bad stories worse.
Bad story's worse.
Same bad story.
Bad story.
Yeah, bad stories. It's awful.
Gonna
That's
win,
story.
bro. Okay, so now we have bad story guy versus the heckler
This is the championship?
for the championship. Tommy.
This is to get to the championship?
Oh, this is the
For it.
championship.
It's for all the marbles.
Phew-wee. Hell of a matchup here. I feel like I'll really set the tone with this vote. I think who's more malicious, who means worse is the heckler. But who would I rather deal with? Unless I'm a stand-up comedian, the heckler isn't. It's like this is awkward, but There's nothing worse than just listening to it. It could ruin your night. Like maybe you're out to the bar 3 hours. You hear a bad story for 15 minutes. That's, it's 10% of your night almost. Like, I don't want to be wasting time with the bad story guy. So I'll go with Dana.
Bad story guy.
I've gone to some work functions that are just 3 hours of bad stories. And that's what I fear the rest of my days are going to be. So bad stories.
Bad stories.
Yeah, it's bad stories. The heckler only affects you for like a minute, and it's indirect because you don't have to deal with it. But if you get caught with someone who's just yapping, and that person's usually like pretty uncomfortable in a party setting, so if you give them the time of day, they'll kind of latch onto you, and it's just like a domino effect that's terrible. So bad story person is, in my opinion, much worse.
Guy usually has a small dick too.
Exactly.
Yeah, pisses in water bottles.
Exactly.
Micro penis.
Oh my God. I think that despite all of that, I think that the heckler is worse. I think that the heckler, it's one of the least socially aware things that you can do. And the heckler is probably also a bad story guy. The bad story guy might not be a heckler. He might mean well. The heckler is so far removed from being a functioning member of society. That's my vote. The heckler's the worst.
The heckler is usually trying to tell like his own story.
Yes.
In the act of his
But to the whole room, not even just their friends, and to a stage where they're not invited on.
Yeah, where the people paid to hear somebody else talk exclusively.
Yeah, it's so bad, so irredeemable.
Mm-hmm. Dana?
I despise the heckler more, but the bad story guy has my vote. I don't know who that is that picked it, but they're a winner.
So it's gonna win, but
I was gonna go heckler.
you're gonna go
I
heckler?
usually feel bad for the guy who tells bad stories. He usually doesn't have it together.
Mm-hmm.
I really wasn't even shot at you, but you used like
One bad
No,
story.
it wasn't even you. I'm serious though. The guy who he's usually just like he's just doesn't got a lot going on.
Nothing
You just
upstairs.
you're just listening to me because you feel bad anyway. So it's like, all right.
Oh, I'm usually good at stories.
That's what every bad storyteller says.
So bad story is the winner of the bracket episode 88. It was Pat's suggestion.
There you go.
Is that my second bracket win?
It is your second bracket.
Damn.
Is he the first person with 2 trophies?
Me technically, but I hate it. Again, I don't.
Jong-un.
Yeah.
What
it's
was
kinda
mine the
confusing.
breaking things?
I think I had the too.
Heckler was Rone's, attributed through Twitter. What was the last one you had? You didn't have one in the final 4.
I thought mine was breaking things.
Yeah, sorry to say. But thank you guys for joining in. I can't wait to hear who the story was actually about once we're wrapped. But we'll be back next week with a new topic and with the Anus Boys back. We'll see you guys then.